It is not happened in Japan, but in Africa it's happened, right?
I want to know more about you, like, because that story is interesting, right?
アフリカの宅配業に革命を。希代のアントレプレナーがアフリカから参戦。
How do you think about competition given what we're seeing with Uber and Lyft and other players over time?
Affordable and transparent delivery system, which can be new standard for delivery, parcel delivery in Africa.
投資判断が難しいアフリカでのビジネス。その挑戦にエンジェルスは微笑むのか。リアル投資ドキュメンタリーエンジェルス。
Great to have you. So what time is it now?
It's 9 a.m. in South Africa.
South Africa.
And アフリカ CEO 室伏陽。東北大学在学中、東日本大震災を経験。人生に限りがあることを強く感じ、起業家になることを決意する。目をつけたのは発展途上のアフリカ。2016年、東アフリカで最初の会社を設立。そこで感じたのはアフリカでの可能性と若者の高い失業率だった。アフリカでの雇用機会を増やしたいと南アフリカに家族と移住した室伏はスマート宅配サービス事業をスタート。その情熱はエンジェルスに届くのか。プレゼンテーション。
Revolution for parcel delivery in Africa. Easy collect and drop. So courier service market in Africa is growing with 10% CAGR according to McKinsey and so on. And the market size of the courier service was $30 billion and it's going to be $19 billion in 2030. However, there are so many issues. If you're a customer, in the worst case, you have to wait up to 9 hours from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. If you want to detect your parcel location or estimated arrival time of your parcel, you must be ready to call 5 times at least. Besides, the delivery fee is still expensive in Africa. From driver's viewpoint, it's very hard to find out the address owing to the lack of house number and unclear street address. So our solution is ECD Point, which includes smart lockers and partner stores where our customers can drop off and pick up their parcel easily. Thanks to those ECD points, you can expect high parcel carry efficiency, which enable affordable price for customers. Second of all, drivers never get lost and hassle. And finally, customers don't have to wait at home anymore. We provide these services to businesses and consumers in South Africa. What I want to stress here is driver assignment system, which enables same-day delivery. As you see here, we can see that we can detect the location of drivers on the map, and we can assign the nearest driver to the pickup point. And we manage commission-based drivers so that we don't have to pay the fixed fee for them. And just like Uber, they are evaluated by customers so as to keep up the good service level. I'm also proud of our team, which is global talent tackling the issue in Africa. So currently, I'm leading over 50 talents across the world. Speaking of our interaction, we faced with a huge jump in the previous month, March, and between the March and February. And we achieved to 1,000 delivery orders, 800 registered customers, and 12 business clients. And most of all, 80% repeat rate, which shows the customer satisfaction toward our service. So in conclusion, ECD, Easy Collect and Drop, is hassle-less, no waiting, affordable and transparent delivery system, which can be new standard for parcel delivery in Africa. What we ask is that $2 million as a fundraising for next round, Series A round, and valuation and conditions are negotiable for the moment because we just closed the previous pre-seed round. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you.
Great presentation.
Great presentation.
Okay, let's see what the angel think about it. So Yo's asking for $2 million. Maybe we need a gold card. It's the last session, yes? We need a gold card, okay? Okay, angels, are you ready? Okay?
Paul smiling.
Paul
Okay, this
smiling.
time.
Okay, Alan's kind of,
Okay.
picking his
Let's
card.
see it, okay.
First Judge.
Okay, Angels, please open your cards. Black, silver, black, black. 3 blacks and 1 silver. So, can you see the... So
you
3
see the
blacks, yeah.
Yes, unfortunately, yeah.
Okay. Uh-huh.
本田圭佑以外の3人がブラック。厳しい判定の理由は
I struggled because I know I don't want to invest in a company that's this far away. Where it's hard for me to interact, to see and touch and meet the drivers, and I don't understand the challenges of getting packages delivered in South Africa. So it's very hard for me to judge, and it'll be very hard for me to engage in support. If there's something in your business model that is exportable to the West or back to Japan, as you grow the business, the fact that you're doing this away from home is really exciting and impressive, and I hope you make it.
Okay, let's hear from our Chief Strategy Officer, Justin.
Justin. You now have a title.
So remember, Justin, you have to start by saying, I don't understand this space.
I don't understand the space,
No, look, I think on this one it's a little bit different. I invested a lot in technology-powered logistics businesses when they were first becoming a thing. So I got it.
You are familiar with the space.
A little
Space,
bit.
yeah.
I haven't operated in it. I know the difference between being an investor and an operator. So
Right.
I have experience as an investor in the space. So I respect what you're doing because I couldn't do it. But I do think that in that experience, what I learned is that it's really hard.
遠いアフリカでの事業に確信が持てないエンジェルス。ここからのディスカッションで逆境を覆せ。Discussion.
Yeah, can you tell me more about business model? I mean, I still don't understand who pays and how much. Yeah, how do you make money? I don't know the market, so please explain.
Sure. So basically, we target businesses and consumers. And speaking of businesses, mainly they are e-commerce companies. And the number of e-commerce companies are really increasing in Africa, including South Africa. And we charge just a pay-as-you-go model, so-called. And more and more they use us, and more they pay for us, but there is no fixed fee for them. Therefore, it's very easy to switch from our service to ours. And we mainly integrate our system with them so that their customer can choose the exact location of locker or pickup point of store on the outside e-commerce platform. So that is our marketing strategy. And speaking of the consumer's business, we also target consumer's business, and also once registration, they can start using by choosing the nearest pickup point or drop-off point, and no fixed fee for them. So it's very easy to get on board and start using us.
For example, what we saw with Uber versus Lyft, where switching costs for both the drivers and the customers are really low. What's your thinking around how, any kind of a lock-in effect, or so could you help me understand that? How do you think about competition given what we've seen with Uber and Lyft and other players over time?
Definitely. So like I said, we have the two business target, which is the businesses and also the consumers, and the ones being integrated via API, and more and more they are being kind of addicted to our service because switching from the after integration is not super easy. So and second of all, we started the warehousing service to store the e-commerce company's parcel to our warehousing space in Johannesburg, South Africa, and so that we can provide a one-stop solution for them. So after integrating the value chain and also system, it's going to be hard to switch from us. So that is a part of the strategy. Hope I answered to that.
You did. Got it.
What do you think is, assume you get the financing from somewhere, what's the biggest challenge you think you'll have in the next year?
So we are kind of technology-driven company actually, because I really hear your feedback actually, but at the same time, what we are having challenge here in Africa is that we cannot rely on the kind of operation, managed by laborers. So that means kind of you should rely on technologies in order to keep up the good service level. And so as to do that, the good quality of engineer, it means the human capital is really needed. So in terms of the allocation for the fundraising, should be 75%, let's say, should be allocated for the good capital, human capital. Then rest of all, 25% will be allocated to the investment for the vehicle asset. Because first of all, we have to keep the good service level, and therefore we should invest in the kind of in-house vehicle so as to just in case we cannot assign the outside drivers, commission-based drivers. And what we are prioritizing now is accumulation of the customers' credit toward our brand ECD, and so far we are winning. So we cannot tolerate the lower service level.
ポテンシャルはあるものの、リスクの高さから渋い表情を続けるエンジェルス。この現状に室伏は。
So let me explain the African situation. So at the moment in Africa, it's quite hard to keep up the good service level. And as a Japanese, I can just take advantage of a few things, such as importation of service quality. And if we can differentiate in terms of the service quality, I'm sure we can win. We also cooperate with the Japanese corporations in terms of the advancement to South African market, because a huge challenge for them is finding out a trustable local partner in terms of warehousing service and also distribution, which means logistics and digital marketing. So everything actually we can do, and also we started doing such kind of service for Japanese corporations, which count 7 companies so far. So that is also part of strategy and strength for us. So hopefully we can take advantage of my background to penetrate the African market too. Thank you very much.
Great, Yo-san, great speech. So it's time for the final judgment. For the first judgment, we had 3 blacks and 1 silver. I hope that will change. So I think the Angels are ready. They're picking 3 cards. Okay.
異国の地アフリカから参加し、思いの丈を伝えた室伏。このままブラックで終わるわけにはいかない。出資か否か、決断の時。Final Judge.
Okay, so Angels, please open your cards. Black, silver, black, black. 3 blacks and 1 silver.
So
okay.
same situation.
Same situation,
yes,
yeah.
Okay.
Keisuke, you had 2 silvers, yeah?
Well, I actually have invested in Africa 3 startups. I have invested last month. One is like logistic, like Uber Track or something, and it's Nigeria, and of course they're like African founders. I think that I'm not sure about business model. It will work or not. So maybe we are wrong, and maybe it works. And I think because African market is very big, and once they use like the crazy the growth. That I saw the last 3 startups when I invested in African startups, and I got these 3 startups from my friends, and my friends missed the last round, right? When they just asked him to raise the capital. The number was not great, and he doubt the business model, like Uber Track or something. There are many concerns. It doesn't work. He said that finally, after 6 months, it's almost 10 times their growth. So it is not happened in Japan, but in Africa it's happened, right? But one of my concerns is that maybe I don't know why Japanese founders should start this in Africa.
Yeah.
This is not easy, I think, as everyone expects. So that's why I can maybe put gold and No, but I want to study more about the African market. That's why I just keep.
Great
I
point.
think you're right. If it was Nigeria or Kenya, that would be an even bigger problem. And there's enough of a white population still in South Africa.
That's right.
And enough of an international community. It's probably the most international. So I think your choice of South Africa as a place for a Japanese person to do this rather than Nigeria or Kenya was smart.
Paul, Justin, Alan, I know you raised a black cards, but would you offer something?
I always offer help.
You always
Okay, you always okay. You're the strategy officer.
You misunderstand about Justin.
Yeah.
Well, one thing that I would say though is like, we have this profile of you on our desk, and like we dove into the pitch pretty quick, and it might just be the format of the show, but you have like an incredibly interesting background, and there's a story to tell about how you ended up in South Africa in the first place. And we just skipped over that, and you're like, of course I'm here, and here's my company, and of course I'm running a logistics business in South Africa. And then I'm going through more detail on your profile, and I'm like, I want to know more about you, like, because that story is interesting, right? And that's part of the reason you landed on what you landed. And I think that it could just be like the format of the show, but like if you give this pitch in a different way with your story, and you've been there for a while, like you're not a stranger to the place.
Okay, so thank you for your pitch, and I wish you good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Keisuke, in the beginning of the show, right, you mentioned about Chosen challenge.
Yes.
And then I think in the very end, he was a great example of, doing a challenge in a different country, in a foreign country.
Yeah, that's right. I'm inspired by his challenge, not only even by him, by other entrepreneurs as well. And I think we are also challengers, right? Like Justin and other, like Paul, also have been here as a foreigners. And I've been abroad for 14 years, and same thing. So I understand, what's the difficult, what's the challenge, how he is feeling right now. And so that's why I personally want him to succeed.
Well, and I think it will probably always be harder, much harder for us to invest in someone operating overseas. But I hope that you continue to introduce them, because the huge benefit of this program is the audience gets to see interaction between active angel investors, see the kind of questions we ask, and see the inspiring stories of people like that are trying something overseas. He should, of course, be trying to raise his money in South Africa, where he'll be able to get more active help and interaction with the investors. On some level, everyone was at least a silver if Yo were not in South Africa.
Yeah, and it makes us look great, because like I wish every day I met 4 founders that inspiring.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it's not usually like that. There are a lot of great companies, but you've done such a good job with the founders you brought on the show. Like it makes me excited to be an angel. So it's very cool.
Indeed.
Okay, thank you, angels. Thank you, entrepreneurs, and viewers. Thank you for watching. So see you next time.